Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 24 July 2025. It's Thursday night at 9 o'clock. I think that means it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel. And a knife sale we shall have. And it is a barn burner. It's an extravaganza. It's huge. Before we get into the thick of it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First off, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print them in the description underneath this video. The all-important video description. There's more important stuff than the terms in there. In fact, at the very top, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel, which may be of great service to you. The first one is called A Primer for Buyers. It is a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So especially if you're new to this weekly sale, you're going to want to watch that before you participate, because it'll make your purchase experience make much more sense and go much more smoothly for you if you watch it. The second link on the other end of things is called FAQs for Consignors. That video might be of interest to you if you're looking to get rid of some of the knives in your collection and you'd like to use this weekly sale to do it. That video explains how this madness all works from the consignor's perspective. The third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. Actually, a good time to send in knives right now. Backlog is maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3, which is lower than it has been traditionally, as some of you have remarked about on certain social media platforms. So I've tried to keep it low, and it is. All right. So in the all-important video description, you're going to see those 3 links at the top, and then the terms of the sale in the middle. At the bottom, you will find the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps down the left side, pricing down the right. In the pricing column, you're generally going to see 2 numbers. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The price on the right is the price as sharpened by the Apostle P Knife Service. There will be room for next day sharpening, but only for 2 knives this week. I've got kind of a busy Friday. So the first 2 knives purchased in tonight's sale to be sharpened will be done and shipped tomorrow, Friday the 25th, with all of the as shown inventory. If you fall outside those first 2, not to worry, your knife will ship in a couple weeks. Now, if you see the word sold in lieu of a price for any given item, that means it's already been bought and paid for by its new owner. So no need to send an inquiry or an I'll take it about anything marked sold, all caps, exclamation point. I think that'll do it for the preliminaries. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you now, and we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we've got some leftovers from last week. Actually, 2 doggone many leftovers from last week. So I think we priced them to sell. First among them, the stragglers from the rather large consignment of Boker plus Kalashnikov AK-74 side-folding automatics. This one in neon green, which in the scales are some kind of a coated aluminum. The pocket clip right-hand tip-up, deep carry, and squiggly. Opens with a button and locks with a button. If you'll notice, the blade is emblazoned with Blade HQ 10th anniversary. BHQ 07, what is that, 5262, something. Anyway. Kind of a smoky dark gray coating on that, I think, AUS 8 blade. It is not marked. Blade length is 3 5/16. Handle is 4.5. This one is locked up rock solid at the moment. A lot of these AK-74s have a little slight bit of vertical play, which is absolutely not a problem. Let's see how it's centered up. Pretty well. We'll call that very close. Might favor the top scale as you're looking at it. Action just fine. I'm going to call it near mint, no box. A little handle soiling. I'm sure its new owner can find a cleaner that'll make that all bright green again. But I didn't want to mess up the coating, you know. So, they're extinct. Can't buy one anywhere. With the Blade HQ identifier. We ran this one last week at $60. Didn't sell. Dropped it to $49 for the weekend. Still here. Can be yours all in. Shipped priority mail for $43. $68 if you'd like it with my edge. That's in your inventory as Boker plus AK-74 Auto Neon Green Dagger Blade HQ. Next up, we have the sister knife to the green one. This is a blue-handled AK-74 automatic with dagger blade, and it's a 10th anniversary Blade HQ knife. Same right-hand tip up, deep carry squiggly clip, same button lock auto. Fires great. Got that smoky dark gray coating on what I believe to be an AUS 8 blade. And the Blade HQ 10th anniversary etch on the show side. Blade length is 3 5/16. Handle is 4.5 in length. The button lock is locked up rock solid this morning. No vertical play as I'm holding it, but sometimes you get that with these. It's an inexpensive automatic, right? Blade centering looks pretty righteous. We'll call that very, very close. Condition near mint, no box. This dealer exclusive AK-74 has been out of stock for a long time. We ran this one last week at 60, got no takers. Dropped it to 55 for the weekend. It's still here. Let's go $49 this week. Shipped priority mail, $74 if you'd like it with my edge on it. That is in your inventory as Boker plus AK-74 Auto Blue Dagger Blade HQ. Next up is our last leftover AK-74. This one you get a box with. Shaped like an AK magazine. It is the Boker Plus Desert Warrior Kalashnikov Pink, made in Taiwan. Yeah, oh, you get a little Blade HQ sticker in there. I think they should call this the Donut Warrior because it looks like a pink sprinkled donut with blue filling. Yeah. Squiggly clip in blue. Hardware, all kind of different colors. Blade is blue. It's got that dagger-shaped spear point with a false edge on top. AUS 8 steel. 3 5/16 blade, 4.5 handle. Locked up dead rock solid. Centering, ain't gonna beat that. Condition, I'll call it near mint, maybe even like new in box. Might be a little soiling on the pink, but very, very little. So let's see. These are out of stock. We ran this last week at 65, didn't sell. They usually sell there. I was kind of shocked. Didn't even sell at 60 on Saturday. Come on, everybody's wife needs a pink donut. AK-74 automatic. This week, 55 like it is, 80 with my edge. Boker plus AK-74 Auto Pink Donut Desert Warrior. Next up, we have a scale from Hinderer Knives. I will call this black and toxic green G10. It's definitely not OD, and I don't think my studio lights pick up this color real well. Genuine Hinderer part. It is available. I'm not sure if this colorway is in stock, but you can buy a G10 genuine Hinderer scale for $65 web retail. We ran this one last week at 35. I'm sorry, at 50. Got no takers. Dropped it to 40 for the weekend. Still here. Let's go $35 all in. Shipped priority mail this week. No need to sharpen. The Hinderer black and green scale for an XM18 3.5 inch. Condition, I don't know, it looks like it's been installed, but not for very long. Very near mint. Next up, we have not one but two scales for a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. These are Cerberus light blue canvas micarta scales with the fish scale mill pattern. And it looks like, I like it when custom manufacturers give lefties a chance, and they did at Cerberus. These scales appear to have been installed, but not for very long. No wear, not much oil absorption in the canvas micarta. So if you want your Paramilitary 2 to be light blue, here you go. You can buy these new online for $65 a set. We ran these last week for $40, got no takers, dropped them to $30 for the weekend. Still here. Let's go $25 this week. And guys, $11.70 of that is postage. Priority mail, small flat rate box. Just so you know. $25 for the Cerberus canvas micarta scales for Paramilitary 2. Next up, I was kind of shocked this one didn't go. And let's just say the knife is in a lot better shape than the box. But you do get a box. The knife inside is the Kershaw 9000 ULTEM Livewire. Yes, it is an Ultim capped Livewire, dual action out the front automatic. How cool is that? Apparently you guys didn't think it was as cool as I did because nobody bought it last week. Watch the mechanism. Yes, you can see it working. Good party trick. On the other side, we got 6061 T6 hard anodized aluminum in black to house all that stuff going on inside. We have a deep carry shorty clip that is reversible left or right hand. And the only wear on the knife is a slight bit of burnishing on the tip of the clip. So it has been carried. Doesn't appear to have been used much. You have a DLC blade in CPM Magna Cut. Gorgeous swedged spear. Blade length is 3 3/8. The handle's 4 3/4. Button effort, I'm going to call medium. I could do this all day. 100% reliable. Near mint, inbox. Discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they had a web retail or a map price from Kershaw at $265, and they gone. We ran this last week at $225, got no takers, dropped it to $200 for the weekend. It's still here. Somebody gets a crack at this one this week at $180, like it is $210 with an TheApostleP edge. The Kershaw Livewire out the front in Magna Cut with an Ultim cap. Cool, cool knife. Next up, I don't know, guys. I think everybody that wanted one of these must have one. From Zero Tolerance, we have the Dmitry Sienkiewicz designed ZT0452 CF. The CF, of course, referencing the material of that scale. On the other side, the business side, we have a stonewashed titanium frame. It is a frame lock mechanism with a steel inserted lock face. We have an ambidextrous tip-up shorty deep carry clip. We got a ball bearing flipper. I have my fingers on the lock bar and it opens just fine. No death lock on this one and a nice detent. It is bladed in CPM S35VN. It has been used and sharpened kind of nicely, not superbly, but better than factory. I should have wiped that blade. Anyhow, 4 1/16 inches is the blade length. 5 3/16 is the handle length. There is your lock engagement. It is about exactly 50% and rock solid. Ball bearings feel a little gummy on this one, but it still flips like a rocket. It just doesn't drop shut extremely freely. Blade centering, it's what you would expect. Condition, we'll call it near mint, no box. Currently available for a map price or web retail of $272 at your favorite knife purveyor. We ran this last week at 180, got no takers, dropped it to 165 for the weekend. Still here. This might be the cheapest price on a squared away 452 I've ever seen. 150 this week. 175 if you like it with my edge. The ZT0452CF. Next up, still working through the leftovers. We got one from Benchmade's Black Class. It's a 2730 GY-1 Mini Auto Adamas. So if you drop the 0, which would be the model number for a manual knife, you'd have a 273 GY-1. So a little extrapolation indicates that it might have black G10 scales and a gray Cerakoted crewware blade. And looky there. So 2 ways to easily identify an auto Adamas or mini Adamas from a manual. First, no thumb studs. Second, the holes do not go all the way through. Interesting. I think they just do it to keep dirt out of the mechanism, maybe? I don't know. You got your 3D machine, blasted finish, black G10. Ambidextrous tip up, deep carry, Parkerized clip with the butterfly stamp. And an auto access mechanism with a spine-mounted safety. That is, by the way, very positive. Just pull back on the access bar, and out she comes. That gorgeous Shane Sibbert designed fullered swedged drop point with that speckly gray Cerakote in CPM crewware. The blade length is 3 1/4. The handle length is 4 3/8. You still have your heavy-duty access hardware, big old stop pin, big old access bar. Rock solid lockup once the bar seat's all the way. This knife is so new, it's still mating. And centering dead down the middle. Let's see, make sure I'm right. Yes. Okay. Condition. Near mint to like new inbox. Currently available online at your favorite web retailer for a Benchmade map price of $330. We ran this last week at $225. It did not sell. Dropped it to $205 for the weekend. It is still here. Somebody gets a steal on this one this week. 190, like it is. 190 or 220 if you'd like it, with an TheApostleP edge. I'm sorry, 215 if you'd like it with an TheApostleP edge. The Mini Auto Adamas Black and Crewware from Benchmade. Next up, I'm shocked this one's still here, but I think I know why. From Spyderco, we have a Yojumbo in CPM M4, a Blade HQ exclusive with coarsely textured Jade or natural G10 scales, satin blade, bright hardware, compression lock mechanism, the Michael Janich design blade, and if you look, you can tell it's M4 because the satin, I need to wipe, the satin looks like it struggled because that's how M4 is. It does not like to be finished ground after hardening at all. That's good news for you, the user, because it doesn't like to go dull either. So what we got here? 4 inches of blade, 5 3/8 inches of handle, 4-way clip. And this is the reason I think it might not have sold, because it has a custom etch. I told you, it was sharp. Apparently, buddies cut themselves on sharp knives. Lockup, dead rock solid. Free dropping action. And the blade centering, I think it's very close, but favors the bottom scale slightly as you're looking at it. Condition, near mint to like new in box. They are discontinued and out of stock at Blade HQ. One sold listing on eBay for this model. It did $277 shipped, sold listing. We ran this one last week at $230, got no takers, dropped it to $210 for the weekend. It is still here. Your price this week is $190, like it is. $220, I put a better edge on that M4 blade. That is the Spyderco Yojumbo Jade and M4. Next up is our last leftover, finally, from last week. It comes to us from Giant Mouse, Jesper Voxness, and Jens Enso. It is the Ace Grand, scaled in OD green canvas micarta, and I think its owner must have oiled this because it is beautiful. That's how it should look. Absolutely, that's how it should look. Got a big old backspacer that I think is steel from its heft, stonewashed. Pocket clip ambidextrous tip up deep carry wire. And this is not flimsy wire like a Spyderco clip. You'll have a hard time bending it. The blade is a work of art. Harpoon clip point in Elmax, 3 5/16 inches in length. A great little run of jimping. You're thinking, why would it be that far forward? Well, if you sneak up on it, you kind of like it. Yeah. Handle length is 4 9/16. It is a stainless steel liner lock, but the liner is nested into the canvas micarta. I would say that's about, 35% lock engagement. It is rock solid. Appears to have been touched up, by the way. Blade centering is not quite perfect, but it's awfully close. Favors the bottom scale slightly. And the blade rides on, I believe, phosphor bronze washers. We'll call it near mint, no box. Currently available if you want to buy a brand new one. Go to your favorite knife website. Pony up $225 plus tax. We ran this one last week at $150, got no takers. Dropped to $140 for the weekend. It's still here. Let's offer it this week at $130 like it is. $155 if you'd like to come with an ApostleP Edge. The Giant Mouse Ace Grand. All right, boys, we are on to the fresh stuff. We're going to start it off with a multi-tool. No box with this one, but we do have the nylon pouch. It is a Leatherman Rebar in the only real color, I think, for this knife. The coyote tan with all black oxide tools and hardware. So the Rebar has 4 inches of closed length. They list the blade steel on these as 440C and 420HC. So I'm thinking what they mean by that is probably 420HC on the serrated blade and maybe 440C on the main blade. You got some tools. I think everything's on the outside, everything's on the inside when the tool is folded. You got a file. You got a couple different screwdrivers and chisels and an awl on this side. The tools all lock, by the way. These are the releases right here. Spring loaded. Come to the other side. Got your serrated blade. What's going on here? Got a Phillips driver. Got a can opener. And there's a saw in here. There we go. Okay. Got replaceable cutter jaws on the pliers. Very slim tip on the needle noses. And one of these handles is very tight, coming closed. Very tight. Anyway, condition will be near mint, no box. Web retail for these ranges between $80 and $90. Probably plus tax and postage. This one can be yours all in, shipped, priority mail, $60 like it is. $85, I'll sharpen the main blade. That's the Rebar from Leatherman in Coyote Tan. Next up, a beautiful little fixed blade. We sold kind of a sister knife to this last week. I think that was the Buck 105. This is a Buck 102, smaller still. A great small game hunting knife. Black leather sheath with the typical buck belt loop and cross strap with snap. I always have liked how Buck did this on their sheaths. You get a lot of protection for the handle, and if the snap is going to do any damage to the handle, it's going to happen in the belly of the handle, not on any of the bright hardware. Look at that little thing. It's like a micro 119 special. This one bladed in D2. 3 13/16 is the blade length. 3 15/16 is the handle. You have the Dymalux Cocobolo, so that's a laminated. Actually, it's not Cocobolo. They called it Rosewood on this one. Is that right? Let me make sure. Shoot. I wrote, anyway, it's probably neither. It's probably just stained. Anyway, aluminum garden pommel, black spacers, very nicely hafted. Really good in the hand for a small little knife, too, I gotta say. Anywho, very near mint, no box. It's the Buck 102 Woodsman Heritage. Available currently on Amazon for $95, which was the least expensive price I could find. We'll offer this one to you at $65 all in, shipped, priority mail, $90 with my edge. A beautiful little knife from Buck. Next up, we stay with Buck. Interesting package here, wouldn't you say? Nylon belt sheath with a cross strap and a nice snap for retention on a clipless folder. This is the Buck 271 Alpha Dorado. And this is scaled in rosewood, probably laminated rosewood. So they make this system of knives in several sizes and configurations. I think they call them all alpha something. It's kind of a laminated stainless handle, so you got stainless steel frame liners, and then you got one width of stainless steel that of liner that is the locking leaf, and then you've got a stainless steel backspacer, and a lot of the frame revealed adjacent to the scales. Very strong, not particularly light. The blade, a little harpoon spear, nice tumble polished hunk of 154 cm, which I think you can see by my thumb, with a Boss heat treat. 2.5 is the blade length. 4 1/16 is the handle. Pretty nice in the hand. Lockup is rock solid. There's your lock engagement on the liner lock. It looks late, but it'll never move. Phosphor bronze washers. A good job on the centering, Buck. Yeah. We could call that perfect. We'll say the condition is near mint, no box. These are discontinued, not a stock. When they went away, the last web price I could find was $69. Strangely, sold listings on eBay, and there were several. I did try to stick to the ones that were 154 cm. They made this knife for a long time. And other steels. But sold listings ranging between 77 and 118. Buck Nation is loyal, aren't they? Let's do 60 on this one. 85 with an TheApostleP edge. The Alpha Dorado, model 271 from Buck. See if I can get it back in its little home. That's the wrong way. No, that's the right way. I should remember this stuff. There it goes. Next up, we have a beloved icon of the modern folder world from Cold Steel. It's a Code 4. I remember when these were released, and I thought, oh, great. Hard anodized aluminum that's anodized to look like titanium. Gee, how long is that coating going to last? Well, it lasts a long time. These have been around for, what, like 10 years now? It's hard to find one that looks heavily worn. It holds up well. This is the Spearpoint Code 4. Bladed in S35VN. 3 5/8 inches of blade, 5 1/16 inches of handle, lots of real estate. Triad lock, which is an improved mid-lock design, right? Blade rides on the Cold Steel cocktail of phosphor bronze and Teflon. Flicks open with authority. Locks up rock solid. Very free blade. And how's that centering on the Cold Steel? I called it very close. It still looks very close. Favors the bottom scale slightly as you're looking at it. Very slightly. And very, very slight handle wear. Let's see if I could find a shiny spot somewhere. It seems like I did, but now I can't. Maybe it healed itself. I don't know. So, very near mint. Currently available in this exact configuration, brand new online for $120. Let's go $75 on this one. $100 if you'd like it to have my edge. The Cold Steel Code 4 Spearpoint in S35. Next up, a very interesting knife. It is not a Sen cut at all. It is a Hinderer XM18, 3.5 inch, very early Gen 3. And my consignor actually researched this knife heavily. There's an old thread on Blade Forums that goes through the different generations of Hinderer XM18s and their identifying characteristics. As I looked at the knife, as I was preparing it for sale, I thought, well, it absolutely looks like a genuine Hinderer, even though I don't have a box or paperwork. But it's got some strange things. Of course, one of them being that screw, which is for the internal stop pin that you can see right there, right? So that makes it an early one. It's a Spanto blade. Sterile, and then sterile, no markings, except a very fine engraving that says CTSXHP. Huh. And it's got a pretty nice polished edge on it. It's not perfect, but it's really good. There's a couple no cleanups at the actual apex, like right through the belly of the transition where it usually happens. So, you know, you might want to run it across an ultra fine just to kiss it. Some very, very light clip wear on the stonewashed frame. No insert on the titanium frame lock. It locks up at about, I would say 55%. It is dead rock solid. And it's a non-flipper on Teflon washers. Look at that. Nice detent. Flicks open easily. Let's see, dimensions, 3.5 inch blade, 4 13/16 handle. We'll call it excellent to near mint, no box. Used and sharpened, nice job. Centering is close, but favors the bottom scale slightly. Out of stock. If you buy a new XM18, doesn't really matter what kind you buy, it's $425. I'll tell you what, 10 years ago when this knife was young and they didn't have capacity to make them, you could have bought this for $425 new if you could get one, and then you could sell it for $750. Just how it was back in the day. Not today, though. Your price for this one, all in, shipped priority mail, $325 like it is. $350 I sharpen it, but you don't want to pay me to sharpen it. It's really good as it is. Hinderer, XM18, 3.5-inch Spanto non-flipper. And yes, they did engrave the steel in the sterile blades early in Gen 3. Cool knife, great piece of history. Next up, we have a Hogue with just an inner pouch, no outer box. I don't have the ridiculously long Hogue model number, but I do know this. It is an Alan Olishewitz designed Deka clip point variety in red, white, and blue G-Mascus. How's that look? With that cool Deka mill pattern. Yeah. We have an able lock mechanism. Exactly a ripoff of a Benchmade axis lock. We have an ambidextrous tip-up deep carry pocket clip. We got thumb studs and phosphor bronze washers, baby. Stonewash 20 CV blade, 3¼ inches long, 4 5/16 handle. Superb handle. I mean, superb handle. You could even sneak up on it a little bit if you want. Rides on phosphor bronze washers. Look at that. Who needs ball bearings? Yeah. Lock up, dead rock solid. Centering, how about perfect? Would that be okay? All right. These were Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusives in red, white, and blue, and they are gone. When they were available, I believe they had a web retail of $175. This is very near mint, in pouch, no outer box. Let's offer it at $130 like it is. $160 with my edge on the 20 CV blade. The Hogue Deka clip point, red, white, and blue, and 20 CV. Okay, next up, we have a knife from Benchmade. Just a microfiber pouch, no outer box. And it's very interesting and very cool. It's a bailout, but something's off. Let me give you a hint. Over here on the off side, the blade says it's 3V, and it says limited edition. Now, there was an orange, diamond milled, scaled, limited edition bailout. I believe it was 2023. It was the SHOT Show knife, and it came with aqua or teal thumb studs and an aqua or teal aluminum back spacer, like all bailouts have, with that glass breaker in the end. I've always thought that was super hokey. It ruins the lines of the knife and makes it too long. So at some point, an owner traded out the teal hardware and used orange for the thumb studs and standoffs to replace that silly backspacer. So basically took all the natural collectible value out of the knife, but made it a better and very cool bailout. How's that? So yeah, here we go. 3 3/8 blade, 4 7/16 inch handle without an extra 3/16 of silliness sticking out the back. Rides on phosphor bronze. It locks up securely as heck with the axis lock mechanism. Super flingable blade. Whoops, if you don't let go of the axis bar. There we go. Yeah. Rock solid lockup. And blade centering's close. What did I say? Very close. So, if you could find a 537-2301 bailout limited edition SHOT Show knife in stock, it would cost you $292, but you can't because they're all gone and they're discontinued. This is a Franken knife. I bet you if we were running a bone stock SHOT Show 23 limited edition, this would be about a $225 knife. This one, a better user, $145 like it is, $175 with my edge on that 3V Tanto blade. That's the Bailout from Benchmade. Next up, I believe this knife happened when the Infidel was 10 years old. So 2020, so did they come out in 2010 maybe? The 3300 BK-2001, which would be the first special run of 2020. So what is it? Well, it's blue, and it's a beautiful blue. Hard anodized 6061 T6 aluminum. It has a clip which is not reversible, but the knife is. Except for the printing, it's totally symmetrical, so you can carry it and use it as a lefty. You just have to read upside down. Dual action, OTF automatic, medium light button, 100% reliable. It's slow like an Infidel, but it is not gummy at all. Blade length is on the other side of the paper because I forgot to turn the page. Okay, here we go. Blade length is 4 inches, and it is DLC coded S30V, which was part of that 10th anniversary thing. It is a limited edition knife. So they ran them in colors, and they ran them in S30V instead of D2. I've always liked this detail at the base of the fuller. I'm not sure why. For some reason, it activates some kind of a primal response. Can you tell? I don't know. Yeah, like new in box. Limited edition. Out of stock. When they were available, they had a Benchmade map price or a web retail price of $446. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail. $350. No need to sharpen. The blue S30V DLC Infidel from Benchmade. Next up, another Benchmade blue box. It's a 533-3 mini bug out. Not just a plain mini bug out, but carbon fiber. And S90V. Yep. Blue hard anodized aluminum, thumb studs, and gear pattern backspacer. That backspacer has your lanyard hole in it. Black oxide coated shorty deep carry ambidextrous tip up clip. Axis lock mechanism. Blade length 2 13/16. Handle 3 11/16. Lock up dead rock solid. Edge seems to be factory virginal. Not quite a free dropping blade, but it's such a light blade. Eminently flingable. Lock up dead rock solid. Centering. I listed it as perfect. And condition, I'm going to call it like new in the box. So, only one question left. How much is it? Well, you can buy a new one at your favorite online knife dealer for a Benchmade map price of $320. I think that's ridiculous. I really do. Let's do $195 all in, shipped priority mail for this one. $225, you'd like it with my edge on it. The 533-3 mini bug out carbon fiber and S90V from Benchmade. Next up, One of my favorite Spydercos I've never owned, at least in this configuration. Comes in that there box. Made in Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. Paramilitary 2. BN for brown, M for micarta, CRUW for crew wear, plain edge. It's a Crewcarta Parrot 2. Look at how fresh this is. Appears to have been never carried. Still light and fuzzy, no oil absorbed. Pocket clip still mounted right hand tip down, how they come from the factory. The blade is in CPM crew wear. I need a wipe. Yeah. Oh, so beautiful. This blade measures 3.5 inches. Most of them measure about 3 7/16. So the sharpener must have gotten it right the first time and quit. The handle's 4 13/16 inches in length, compression lock mechanism. Rides on phosphor bronze washers. Free dropping blade with rock solid lockup. Whoops. And, oh, the blade centering, it just happens to be perfect. Condition, like new inbox. These knives are currently available for $217 Spyderco map price. So that's web retail. And, you could buy one from GP or KSF or Blade HQ, and you hope they send you one this good, and they probably won't. So just buy this one instead. $160 all in, shipped, priority mail. $185 with an TheApostleP edge, and next day sharpening is available. Spyderco Parrot 2 Crewcarta. Next, another Spidey, also from Golden. It's a Yojumbo 2 with black G10 and an S30V blade plain edge. Designed by Michael Janich, I think it's how you say it. Look, I got a little Emerson shimmer going on the black G10. Looks like a 4-way clip mount, compression lock mechanism. And the blade, so cool. So cool. It is S30V. Blade length on the Yojumbo 2, 3 5/16, handle 4 7/16. Lockup is dead rock solid. Blade drops free and centers perfectly. Its condition is like new in the box. You can buy one of these brand new. Just jump on Knife Ship Free, Blade HQ. Pony up your $198 plus tax, and it's yours. Or just buy this one. Like new in box, perfect mechanics, $140 all in, shipped priority mail. $165 with an TheApostleP edge. Spyderco Yojumbo 2 black and S30V. Next up, we have reached the portion of tonight's sale dedicated to the Rob's Pick. The knife that I do not let my early birds see at 8 o'clock on Thursday morning. Only my 9 o'clockers. It's just a murdered shaman. No big deal. Nothing to see here. There it is. Yes, there it is. Black satin finish, 3D machined with large radii. G10 scales. All black hardware, including the internals. That looks like a black oxide finish on that clip. Should be very durable. And it's 4-way positionable. I got a compression lock mechanism and a Spearpoint full flat ground blade in S30V. Beautifully DLC coated. The etching is very stealthy. Yes, it is. Lockup on that 3 5/8 inch blade is rock solid. And it drops freely. And it centers perfectly. Its condition is like new in box. You want to buy a new one? $286 web retail plus tax. This one, $210 all in, shipped priority mail. $235 with an TheApostleP edge. The Murdered Shaman is the Rob's Pick tonight. Next up, You like a murdered shaman, but you think G10 is a little too pedestrian for you? Well, check this out. I got some RGT scales for a shaman in black linen micarta. I think they were installed because I see a little shiny spot where the clip would rest. And you're going to be locked into right-hand tip up on these, just so you know. They have a web retail brand new of $70. We will offer these near mint, no box examples at $45, shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen the scales, boys. The RGT black linen micarta scales for a shaman. Next up, we got a heretic knife, and it looks like a new box we got going on. I'm not sure why that makes sense, but it does. Okay. Is that the right way? Am I doing that right? I think I am. The knife inside the box is a Manticore-S Bowie blade, which is the only blade to get on a Manticore, with yellow cell shading grenade grip colorway. What? So I think they have these in orange, toxic green, and yellow, and we have a yellow one. So they're just trying to get in the Boba Fett knickers of Microtech a little bit, and why not, right? So this is all done in Cerakote, to my understanding. You got some like frag thing going on here, and those are milled grooves. Up here on the handle, we can see some information. I think it says serial number 00036, made February of 25, and there might be something on there about Magna Cut. I don't know, maybe. Pocket clip is reversible with a fill tab on a dual action OTF knife. How cool is that? A great lanyard in reflective yellow paracord with a little black bead. Spine mounted firing button. I'll call that dead medium to maybe medium firm. Just medium. You can do that all day. Look at that sexy little blade, would ya? It is CPM Magna Cut. 2 5/8 long. Handle 3 15/16. 100% reliable. Like new in box. I found orange ones and I found neon green ones in stock. They're $350. But I don't know if they had Bowie blades. This one is the one. It's the one. And I'm not going to ask for $350 even though they're gone. $250 like it is. $280 with my edge on that Magna Cut blade. The Heretic Manticore-S OTF yellow grenade grip Magna Cut. What a great knife. Next up. Oh, it's just a Microtech. It is a Durac double-edged stonewash standard 225-10. What's cool about the Durac is the side-mounted firing button. A la Infidel. It makes the knife very ambidextrous, frankly. So this is the little Durac, right? Blade is M390. It is 2 7/8 inches long. Double-edged dagger, perforated fuller, black hard anodized aluminum handle. Standard pocket clip. Ball bearing glass breaker. 2 7/8 blade, 4 5/16 handle. I won't make you try to read that clip. I'll tell you what it says. Serial number 11075, made June of 2022. It is like new in the box. These are currently available for web retail of $294. We shall offer you this one at $210, shipped priority mail. Like new in box. No need to sharpen. The Durac double edge OTF from Microtech. Next up, another Microtech. This one is a SOCOM Elite automatic single edge satin standard. That's a blade finish you don't see too often on these, and it's kind of cool. Handle, basic black, hard anodized aircraft aluminum with track tech inserts. Pocket clip, right hand only, tip down. Ball bearing glass breaker in the butt, right by the lanyard hole. Button lock automatic. Whoa! Man, I hope the sound picks this up. You better be hanging on to it. There you go. Vertical satin on the swedge and the main bevel. Horizontal satin on the flats. Blade is M390. Serial number 13065, built in May of 24. 4-inch blade, 5 1/4 handle. Rock solid lockup. The action is spectacular. The centering's perfect. The condition, I'm going to call it near mint to like new. In box. These are currently available brand new online at your favorite web store for $322. Let's go $240 on this one. $270 with my edge. The SOCOM Elite Auto from Microtech. Next up, more Microtech. And this is a cool one, a sort of recent release. The 210-10 FRG TBK MSI single edge with the frag pattern black G10 handle and a stonewash standard blade and hardware. Here we go. There's your frag pattern 3D machine G10. There is your ram lock mechanism. I still can't figure out why they put grooves on this piece, because you can't really use it. I don't know, but it works great. It actually flings better than it holds. I love the coil spring ram lock. Very similar to the cartridge axis lock that Benchmade used in the Anthem. Sheep's foot blade, stonewashed and satin. And the blade steel is M390 MK. Blade length 3 7/8, handle length 5. Rock solid lockup. Pocket clip is deep carry, ambidextrous tip up with fill tab. I forgot to write down the serial number and stuff. Oh, on these you don't get a serial number, you just get February of 25. Let's see. Everything's squared away, including the blade centering. Condition like new in box. I think these are $258 web retail. I made a typo. My copy says $25.81. I think they're $258. Your price for this one? $185, shipped priority mail, $215 with my edge. That's the MSE frag pattern G10 from Microtech. Next, our last Microtech tonight. It's a model number 169-10 Stitch. It might be an automatic even. Yeah. Black, hard anodized aircraft aluminum with a tri-grip milling pattern for texture. Gear pattern, titanium backspacer with lanyard hole. Right-hand tip-up pocket clip. Button lock, side folding automatic. And I think you better hang on to this one too. Yeah, it comes open hard. There is your, I guess we'll call that a stylized harpoon Spearpoint. Blade steel's M390. Excuse me. Serial number is on the blade, dummy. Serial number is 15881. Manufacture date March of 24. Blade length is 3 11/16, handle 4 15/16. Very good in the hand. Looks like kind of a silly knife, but it is not a silly knife. Cool blade. Rock solid lockup. Stunning action. Perfect centering. Like new in box. Currently available for a web retail price of $417. Let's go $295 on this one like it is. $325 with an TheApostleP edge. The Stitch Automatic from Microtech. Next up. Got one from AZ USA Blade Works. Interesting company. They are a knife brand with Chinese OEM, and they're also a knife website, right? But this is one of their self-branded items. I gotta believe Micarta makes these. I don't know for sure. But it's the AZ USA Blitzkrieg. Tidy little titanium frame lock knife with some nice inlaid carbon fiber. Ball bearing flipper. Steel inserted lock. Milled titanium right hand tip up pocket clip. Kind of a harpoon spear, I guess. Hollow ground main bevel, nice swedge. Blade steel is M390. Blade length is 3 3/16. Handle length is 4 3/8. There's your lock engagement. Early and secure. Nice little forward choil, nice jimping. Let's see, is the lockup solid? You bet. Nice drop shutty blade. Beautifully centered. We'll call it near mint to like new in box. You buy these brand new for $175 at AZ USA. Let's go $130 for this one. $130 like it is. $160 with my edge. That's the Blitzkrieg from AZ USA. Next up, I'm sure I teased you guys about this one yesterday. It's from American Blade Works. American made knives. Comes in a tin. It's the Model 1. Yeah, simple, easy peasy. So it's the Model 1 V7 with blue G10 scales and a blade in CPM Magnacut. Yeah. D-shaped female pivot so it don't spin. Tip up, ambidextrous clip in milled titanium. You can thumb it. You can flip it. That Magnacut blade has milled bevels. And let's see. Ball bearing pivot. And the lock is stainless steel liner lock. It locks up a little earlier than 50%. And it is dead rock solid. Perfectly executed sharpening choil, by the way. Blade centering is, I called it, I guess I called it perfect. It's close. It's very, 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 very close if it's not perfect. It's like new in the tin. You can order one of these. I think you can like go to ABW's website and you can pick your scales and stuff. It'll run you $249. And that, if they use dealers, that was the price there also. But I think they're out of stock at all the dealers. On this one, let's do $185 like it is. $215 with an TheApostleP edge. American Blade Works Model 1 V7 in blue and Magnacut. How can that be bad? Next up, oh, we got one from Kaiser with no packaging. I just have a Civivi microfiber and a poly bag. This is one of the coolest Kaisers I've ever seen. It is the KI 3637A1 Veritas, all A's. Not Veritas, like Latin for truth, but Veritas. Okay, we've got a super cool milled titanium handle. The female side of the pivot is square, so it won't spin. And look at this. What's this little... There's like a little disturbance in the force right here. Can you see that? It's just a little different. Why? Because of this. That is a separate piece. That's the female hardware for the clip mount. It's exactly the same shape as the base of the clip. So you just take it apart and flip it, and it's lefty, and you can't hardly see it. How's that? You guys picking this up? That's super cool. It's super cool. It's a front flipper. Let's see, can he do it? Yes, he did it! Or you can open it with the hole. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. I love reversible milled titanium clips that are well thought out. Let's see, how's that forward choil? It's for a Chinese finger. Gorgeous drop point blade. An S35VN, 3 1/4 inches long, 4 7/16 handle. There's your lockup. Ball bearing pivot works great. Almost. Lockup is dead rock solid, and I bet the centering's perfect. What do you think? Yeah, of course it is. So I'm going to call this near mint to like new, no box. They are available new for a web retail of $169. We shall offer you this one at $115 like it is, $140 with an ApostleP edge. The Veritas from Kaiser. Next up, got one from Q-Vist. Blade Works in a rather plain black box. This is the Q-Vist Invert. So they make like a swayback Warncliffe, and then they make this drop point with the same handle. They just flip the blade over before they bevel it. So this is called the Invert. You got titanium scales, steel liners, and it's a stainless steel liner lock knife. Pocket clip, polished, tip up, deep carry with fill tab, ambidextrous. Stainless steel liner lock, rock solid. 14C28N steel, 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle. Ball bearing, front flipper or hole. There, how about that? Condition on this one, very near mint. In box, only some very, very, very slight scuffing on that clip. Very slight. So these were original $99 web retail. They sold out at clearance prices of around $40. But now that they're gone, used ones on eBay sold listings ranging between $50 and $68. So let's do 40 on this one. 65 if you'd like it to come with an ApostleP edge. The Q-Vist Invert in titanium. Next, we got a Jack Wolf Javelina Jack. It's the Pig Jack. No outer box. And I've been made aware that Jack Wolf outer boxes do not do well in padded flat rate priority mail envelopes. So I'll not be shipping them that way anymore. Sorry. But you don't get an outer box with this, and these aluminum tubes will go through a nuclear war. You do get the factory slip and all the goodies inside the tube. Here's the Javelina. Kind of a sow belly pattern, isn't it? Yeah. So integral liners and bolsters on each side in titanium. The cover material is orange, I think even blaze orange, camo carbon. It is a fusion slip joint with half stops. About an 8 pull with a real kick for a closed stop. No internal stop pin. Sweet little full height hollow ground blade in S90V. Blade length is 2 13/16. The handle's 3 13/16. Great walk and talk. Beautiful centering. We'll call it near mint, in tube, no outer box, with slip. They are out of stock. When they were available, they had a web retail price of $2.99. Let's offer you this one at $190. $190 like it is. $215 with my edge. The Javelina Jack in Blaze Orange Camo Carbon from Jack Wolf. Next up, Leatherman time. We got a box. Very rare with a Leatherman to still have the box. Instruction manual, like you need one of those. Got a big old nylon pouch that looks Molly compatible, maybe. Velcro, no snap. So you got a tool, and you got that. So this is the Surge Murdered, all black, steel handled, with looks like some either mem or cast bits on the ends. Very nice. Replaceable jaw pliers. We got tools everywhere. Can opener, Phillips. That is a replaceable insert. So I'm sure there are accessories you can buy. I hope these tools clump. Yes, they do. And I believe all the tools lock, I think. Do they? Maybe not all of them. All big screwdriver, little screwdriver. Replaceable jaw cutters. On the outside, serrated blade. And scissors. Over here we got, what do we got here? The saw blade, and that's where this comes into play. That is removable, and you can interchange the file. And then I bet we've got a plain edge blade. And the plain edge blade will be in 420 HC. 4.5 inches at closed length. It is like new in box. Web retail for these is $130. This one will cost you $85, shipped priority mail. Go back in your little home. There we go. $85 like it is $110 with my edge on the main blade. The Leatherman Surge, all black. Next up, Bradford time. I teased you about this one. This is kind of a special Bradford. The model number is the 4.2S-013-MC, otherwise known as the Bradford Guardian 4.2S in Magna Cut. This one comes with a really nice leather sheath that appears to have been wet formed a little bit. Look at that. Yeah. So I use a standard measurement method when I measure these, and it's probably wrong. I measure from the tip to the scale. I got 4 7/8. If you measured to like here, it probably would be 4.2, right? And then I measure the handle from the front of the scale to the butt of the knife. That's 4.5. Love that diamond milled blue and black G10. Nice and thick. Nice forward choil, Magna Cut blade. Beautiful stonewash. Not a bad factory edge at all. I'm going to call this near mint to like new in box. This knife is currently out of stock new. When they were available, they were $249 web retail. We'll offer this one at $195 all in, shipped priority mail. $225 with my edge. Next up, I don't get very excited about ZT knives very often, especially Sinkovich ZTs, but I'm going to get excited about this one. There you go. It's a ZT0452 BLUCF in Magna Cut. So it's the good old 452, but it's scaled in blue carbon fiber, and it's got a Magna Cut blade. Other than that, all the same old stuff. Ambidextrous, shorty, deep carry clip, tip up, ball bearing flipper. Opens fine with fingers on the lock bar, no def lock. 4 1/16 inches of Magna Cut awesomeness. That's wearing a polished edge. It's such a good polished edge, I'm not even going to give you a sharpened price. Ball bearing pivot. There's your lockup engagement on the steel inserted titanium frame lock. It is rock solid. And droppy shutty. And perfectly centered. I'm going to call it near mint in box just because it has been sharpened. The rest of it is unmarked and like new. And it was sharpened well. This knife has a current web retail or Kershaw map price, ZT map price of $304. And they are available for that. But why would you buy one for that when you can get one that's much sharper and in like new condition for $225? That's your price. No need to sharpen. The ZT0452 BLUCF Magna Cut in blue carbon fiber. Next, we have the last knife in tonight's sale. It's cold steel. Frenzy 2. It's my favorite Frenzy, really. Black and blue G10. 3D machined to reveal layers. Ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip. Triad lock mechanism. The blade, oh, it's just that old thing. It is a super sexy Warncliffe blade, 5 9/16 inches long. All kinds of satins going on. Beautiful fuller. And a polished edge. I might have sharpened this. Whoever did a great job. The handle is 6 7/8. Lockup is dead rock solid. Centering's off a bit, but you know, it's a 6-inch blade almost. We're going to call it near mint in box, sharpening noted. You can buy them brand new for $140. I would have charged $30 or $35 to put that edge on that S35 VN blade. So you do the math. I do know this. This one's not going to cost you $140 plus 30. Let's do it for $100 all in, shipped priority mail for the Frenzy 2 with a beautiful polished edge. No need to sharpen. And that, my friends, will bring us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. What a great bunch, huh? Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking. I'll talk to you soon.